Hi, I'm Justin.
I'm Julia.
And I'm Julian.
And today we're going to be talking about the 2016 election.
America!
What?
Okay, let's start off with Hillary Clinton and Black Lives Matter. Apparently, she's actually attended a couple of Black Lives Matter movements in the past. How does that make you guys feel?
I think it gives her a lot of power in the Black Lives Matter community because they all like to support her if she supports them. So it's very good.
I think that it's noble of her that she's getting out of her high tower and she's getting involved with the Black Lives Matter movement. I think that's noble.
Oh, and that brings us right into law enforcement. She's actually pushing for police sensitivity training, as she said in her first debate. And she's also looking to release personnel records of the cops so they could be held more accountable for their past crimes and the crimes they will continue to commit.
I love Hillary for doing that. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you should know whether or not if your police officer is into some shady business, like he's killed a person and he still has his job. I feel like you should know whether or not if he's still hired and still doing things. So thank you, Hillary. You didn't win, but thank you very much.
For that thought, just trying to get out there.
Your policies were nice. Yeah. And then from that brings us into all for mending the debt, because in 2015 alone, we spent almost $600 billion according to national priorities on military alone. And she's also really for having women be included in the mandatory draft. How does that make you guys feel?
I actually don't have a problem with that because I feel like some females actually want to go in the military. Like I know some females that want to be in the Air Force. So it's like, it's good for them because they get a chance to go in the Air Force. Unlike when they just require men to do it all the time, which is like, kind of like sexist. But I mean, Hillary is doing something good for once.
Ditto.
And that, from women in the military, that brings us to women's rights.
So women's rights, women earn less than men in this economy, and women of color often lose out the most, which is pretty
horrible.
We should promote pay transparency across the economy and to work to pass the Paycheck Fairness Act that Hillary wanted to, a bill that Hillary wanted to introduce as a senator. She wanted to give women the tools they need to fight discrimination in the workforce in general. So how do you guys feel about that?
That's wonderful. Like, America!
What? What Hillary will work for to protect the LGBTQ transgender individuals from violence. She wants to make it easier for transgender Americans to change their gender marker for identification documents and invest in law enforcement training focused on fair and impartial policing, including interactions with LGBTQ. How do you guys feel about that?
You go, Hillary.
You go, girl.
She is
Slay.
proud for the LGBTQ, which is honestly the best thing that could happen in America.
Like, it's not just tolerance, it's just acceptance, and I love that.
And we're often, like the outcast. And I think that it's very wonderful that she wants to be involved with not only Black Lives Matter, but with the LGBTQ plus community. So, Hillary, you did it.
You did
didn't
it, girl.
win, but you did it.
You did it.
Thank you.
On that note, she believes in healthcare. She believes that when insurance companies spend millions to stop her efforts to reform healthcare in the 90s, she refused to give up. Instead, she walked across the aisle to help pass the Children's Health Insurance Program. Today, it covers 8 million kids she has never given up on for the five for universal coverage. Hillary will stand up to Republican lead attacks on this landmark law and build on its success to bring the promise of affordable health care to more people and make a public option possible. She will also support letting people over 55 years old buy Medicare. That is wonderful because I know a bunch of old people that don't have Medicare and she was gonna give it to them for free. How do you guys feel about that?
Hillary just seems like the better choice, honestly.
She does.
America.
What happened?
And that brings us to employment.
With employment, Hillary believes that she will make the biggest investment since World War II, awarding $1 million and creating new jobs. How do you all feel about that?
I think that's awesome because a lot of people, like me, I need a job. Like I need a job terribly, and she was giving me that option to go get a job. And now Donald Trump is gonna ruin it for all of us.
Yes, he will.
Dangerous.
Education. Hillary wants to build a highly successful program that will provide cities and towns the capital for what they need to rebuild their schools. Opinions?
We need that to be built up. We can't spend money on stupid things. We need to buy things like schools and education and textbooks instead of spending time on the school to prison pipeline.
And so many schools are like shutting down and like going out of business because the money, where is it going? Where is it going?
We need an education reform. That's what we need, you guys.
And people are dropping out of school. That's not okay. Get an education. She believes that the rising debt in our nation is posing a great security threat. Yay or nay?
Oh.
Do you believe that?
Yay. Nobody really knows like how to like organize how we spend our money in America. That's a very big problem in America, and you can all agree to that, can you?
Yes.
From that, with cybersecurity, Hillary is against budget limits to allow the furthering of the field, and she is also against Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden, that's a topic.
That man.
That just
Hillary Clinton was actually accused of doing the same thing that Snowden did, but apparently since she's part of the 1%, she didn't get persecuted for it, whereas he had to flee the country because of the consequences that came with what he did.
That is perfect.
This is.
Inequality for you.
Well, that is all.
That's all we have today.
So how do you guys feel about Hillary Pantsuit Clinton in the 2016 election?
But more importantly, please tell us, America,
What
Happened. Bye.